Truth Warrior is a guy I can really relate to because he left the organization because the information that he was receiving, the publications, it wasn't working for him. He wasn't getting the knowledge he wanted, he wasn't getting the scriptural information he wanted, and he got to a point where the publications stifled him. So I'm gonna share a link to his video. So I think you should, if you're like, this is for people who are like, you know, he's not a bitter, and that's the other thing. He's not a bitter apostate. From what I understand, he was like a ministerial servant, and he left because of the information. He had a wife, and it wasn't about immorality. It wasn't about anything. It was just the information wasn't right. And here's somebody I say that because, like, you know, there's a lot of videos on YouTube with angry ass apostates, man. And it's like, I'm gonna make a video about that, man. Angry ass apostates. But it's like, you got people, man, sitting around burning Bibles, and, you know, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of sick stuff that went on there, but, you know, there was some good things. So, you know, it's just like, you gotta let it go, and hopefully you're at a point in your life where you're not too old. And even if you are, you're maybe a mature adult, all right, it's over with, and the best years of your life are ahead of you. So when I kept doing more research, I started going to a video on YouTube, the XJW videos, and in one of the videos there was a gentleman by the name of James Penton, and many of you probably heard of him. He's an ex-elder. He wrote a book called Apocalypse Delayed, and he left the organization. And several individuals left at the same time with him. And the thing was, when he left, in this video, I'm going to share a link to this video on YouTube as well. He's talking about some of these judicial hearings. It's not really a mind control thing with him, but he's talking about the judicial hearings and how sick they are, how sick the process is. And when I heard an elder speak on a lot of this stuff, because I had to sit in judicial meetings as a teenager and stuff like that, you just really reflect and say, yeah, this is really sick stuff. But like, I don't know if any of you out there who have been either disfellowshipped or, you know, any judicial meetings, it's like, you could be 13 and, like, you know, if you have a situation with some young lady, and the elders are like, well, what position we are in, and not enough if it's just immorality, but they want to know, like, you know, where was her mouth at, and what did she do with it, and it's like real sick stuff to be sitting in the room telling like 3 old ass dudes, you know. It's real sick. So I kept reading more information. The one book that really kind of liberated me, and I didn't read this whole book. It was like the introduction chapter that really got to me. Raymond, Franz, The Crisis of Conscience, and that's a deep title. Raymond Franz was a member of the governing body, and he left the organization. And when you read the introduction, you see that when Franz left, over the years, many people from the organization, whether it be elders, pioneers, member of the, people at Bethel, they write to him. And they write to him not because they're disfellowshipped, they write to him because they're lost. They plateaued, and they're saying, that's not right. It's like, I want to serve God, but this does not seem right in my mind. Something's not right. Something's not clicking. And so he's had to answer these questions. I'm going to put a link to everything I've mentioned in this video. I'm going to put a link to everything in the description so you guys can go out there and do your own research. But like I said, the introduction to this book, and if you go to Amazon, look at the reason I think I read this book is because when I went to Amazon, a number of extra Jehovah's Witnesses had really mentioned that this was the book that really helped them become at peace with themselves and realize that if they wanted to serve God, they did not have to do it through Jehovah's Witness organization. And that is the thing that I wanted to get to this video. If you're adamant about serving Jesus, feel good to serve Jesus, but you do not have to do it through the Jehovah's Witness organization. Read Raymond Franz's book. That's the thing that you really need to get focused on. Serving God if you want to, and not serving Him through the Jehovah's Witness organization. That is what you really got to get to work to. And so as I, but that book, when I read that introduction chapter, I have to tell you, that was the day, like, all of the pent-up frustration I had, it was like a big relief. It was like the biggest relief I'd ever had. It was just an emotional day for me. I don't remember the date, but it was last year, and it just like, it was like an epiphany. It was like a rebirth in my life. I became a new person again. It was like and it was just like, everything was new. And if I could help somebody out there, if this video can reach the right person, then I've done my job. And again, I'm not trying to pull people away from the organization. This is for people who, like I said, this is for people out there who don't feel right, who know that they want to leave, but they're having a hard time mentally. The next video that really helped me was a guy named Bob Gray. He's an ex-elder. And again, I'm going to put a link. He has a 30-40 minute video. He's giving basically a discussion on the mind control tactics. Nothing crazy. He's not yelling and screaming and talking about how much he hates society. It's nothing like that. He's very calm and just say, hey, this information, look at this, look the wording, that's the language, the wording that's being used. It's programmed. We're being programmed, and that's what I want to convey in this video. So, and it's essential because there's so many people out there that I know that are in pain. You could be in the organization and in pain. You could be in the organization, you want to get out of there, but you're worried about hurting other people. But honestly, you have to live for yourself at this point. And it's better for you to be true to who you are as a person than be a half-ass. You're not even being a complete Jehovah Witness. Let's say you are in the Jehovah Witness organization and you are just an average brother or sister going to the meetings, and you're not happy there. You're going because your marriage mate is there. You're going because your mother, your father wants you there. You're going because your children want you there. You are wasting your time and wasting their time if you're holding on to this information and you don't feel it's correct. And then again, there's other people out there who are in pain because they want to leave, they want to get out of the organization, but they can't because they've been programmed with information. They've been programmed to the point where they can't move on. So I really wanted, that was the goal of this video, hopefully to connect with the right people, and hopefully you want to start doing your own research. But like I said, you're not alone. As you see, there's like a whole network of people here on YouTube. But look for the right people, and look for people who are, trying to help you and not just tell you about all their problems. Not saying their problems aren't valid, but look at like people trying to give you solutions and answers instead of like always attacking everything the organization does. All right, peace.